Hi everyone, I'm Kamal and welcome back to the brand new series of AI product engineering in continuation to the Python playlist, which is Essential Python for AI product development. We are at the lecture number 20, which is all about uh, operators as a part of module 3, right? So as a part of this lecture, we are going to understand about the identity operator, which is or is not, which is going to be pretty much important in order to take some certain decision, like with the if conditional block, if a is null, right? Sorry, e is none, so accordingly just perform the business logic written inside the if body, right? Or if a is equal to some value, right? So generally, I mean, there are two ways, like we can compare using the equal operator or the is operator, and what is the underneath meaning of equal operator and the is operator. So those things we are going to understand in much detail, so that practically you get a confidence to work on the real-time project and you do not get confused. And that is the whole sole purpose of creating that video, right? So without further delay, let's get started. So guys, if you look at the agenda of this lecture, we are going to talk about the values and the identity. Okay, values and identity. Because if you talk about if I'm going to talk about this equal operator, it is going to compare these two variables underneath values, not the address. However, if I'm saying a is b, right, so here it is going to check the validate the address of these two variables, whether these two variables referring to the same address or not. So here address comparison happen, here the content comparison happen, right? So generally what happens, suppose whenever we are creating the two variables, a variables with 10, b variable with let's say 5, so these things will be stored inside the main memory, right? Some space will be occupied and some address will be assigned to these variables. Suppose address 2 is assigned to this value and address 1 is assigned to this value, and this is nothing but the hexadecimal values, basically this address I'm talking about. Then a will pointer will refer to this and b pointer will refer to the this 5 value, right? Value 5. And then in order to do the comparison, if you're saying a is equal to b, then it's going to compare at the content level it is 10 and b is 5, definitely it will return false. Okay, this is not true, so it is going to return false as a output. However, if we are saying a is b, right, so this is operator is going to compare the address of these two variables. So a occupy refer to the value which is pointing to the different address, b refers to the different address variable, right? Definitely these are not equal. So here also it is going to return false, right? So I hope you understand the underneath mechanism. Then we are going to use id method is a predefined method, okay, pre-built method with the help of which we can get the address of any object. So using id of a, it will return this address 1, which is some hexadecimal value, right? Similarly, id of b, it will return to the address 2, which is nothing but some hexadecimal value, right? Those mathematical values I will be explaining through, inside our lab session, okay? And then what is the null rule says? So I'm going to explain it more practically. So because it's not about the none even for the singleton objects. This is the singleton object because there will be one object. It's not like that I'm creating a variable with none, b variable with none. So a's none will be different from the b's none, right? Both will be referring to the this none singleton object, and it will occupy one single space and address inside the main memory, right? So even in case of the true, false, it is also applicable, right? So that is pretty much I mean uh, important to understand where, I mean, this is operator, which is the identity operator. You know, in what all cases we can use this identity operator, like with the singleton object, none, true, false, and there are many others, right, that I will be explaining as a part of the lab session. Then there is a catch, there is a, I mean, some confusion arises while dealing with the small int, right? That I'm going to put some light on that so that you can get the whole idea how practically it works with even small integers. Okay, then talking about the next slide. So here taking example of this A and B are the two lists, and the list content is same. So when we are comparing, right, so it's going to compare its content. So equal operator works at the content level. So both content are same, so it's going to return true. However, A is equal to B, it works at the address level. So A variable address is different to the B variable address, right? Both A and B referring to different address inside the main memory. That's where it's returning the false. And C is equal to A. So this is the example of the deep copy. When I'm saying C is equal to A, so C will also refer to the address where A is pointing. So A is pointing to the address where 1, 2, 3 this list is stored. Suppose some address 1 it occupies. A is referring to the this list which is stored at the this address, right? When I'm saying C is equal to A, now C is also referring to the C started referring to the same address only, right? So in that case, when we are comparing these two variables with identity operator, is the answer will come as a true because both are referring to the same address, right? Hope these things are pretty much clear. Let's jump to the next slide. Okay, talking about identity. So I already mentioned that identity we are using to get the address of those objects. So A is referring to certain list object, B is referring to certain list object. However, the content wise both are same, but memory storage wise, address wise, right, they are referring to the different list objects. So ID of A, you see that this address is different from this address. Okay, so address of B variable, B list variable is different from the A list variable, right? So that's where this ID predefined pre-built methods comes to rescue, right? Or comes very handy to get the address of those objects, you know. Okay, all right, this concept is also pretty much clear to you guys, I believe. Let's jump to the next slide. So here I'm going to talk about the one big use, checking none. Okay, so this is here I'm going to talk about what is the advisable way of using none, right? So generally we should not use none with the equal operator, right? Because none works at the address level. By default, that is the nature, because none is treated as a singleton object. None, and even there are other operands as well, like true, false as well. You can compare. We might have seen with the if conditional block that a if uh, if true, right, is true, or A is true, or A is not true, something like that, or A is not false. Those conditional statement works, right? Because those are the singleton objects. So that's what it is mentioned here as a part of the PEP 8 Python coding style suggests if result we initialize with the none, right? That if it is of none type, value is none, means nothing, right? A hollow box, an empty box with none label. So result is none. That is the correct way of comparing, right? So we are checking the address. So definitely the address of this none is going to the same as the address of this none, because singleton object, a single object is going to created for this kind of object. This is going to be the common. So if I'm going to create, this is the result one. If I'm going to create a result 2 object and again assigning the same, so it's not like that in memory. In memory, this none will be stored in different memory location, and this none, so it's not like that. This result one which is referring to the this none value is stored at a different address, and the result 2 which is referring to the this none value is stored as a different address. That is not going to happen, right? Since it is a singleton, so this both will be idly, so there will be only one storage allocation, okay, for this non-singleton object. Suppose it as address 1, it is at address 1, and be it result 1 or the result 2, both will be referring to the this address only. Okay, that's what I'm trying to convey here. Then see, with this comparison operator, it compares the content wise as well. It holds true because result is none, so none equal to none only, right? It is correct syntactically, but this is not the advisable way as per the PEP 8 suggests. Okay, for the each and every singleton object, the advisable way of comparing is using the identity operator. That is the whole agenda of creating or recording this video lecture, okay, to make you understand the usability of is or non-is operator, identity operators. Okay, I hope the things are pretty much clear. Now let's jump to the next slide. Okay, here is a trap. Here the confusion arises that I was talking about. So the famous small int gotcha. So in the case of the small ints, right, the range varies from like minus. So generally for the small ints, the range will be less than 250 only, right? So generally C Python, what it pre-creates the integer -5 to 256, right? And in that scenario, if your variable is referring to the small int, in that scenario, this is going to fail. Okay, that is the expected behavior with the small ints. So it is always advisable with number or a string, do not use this is identity operator. Use is operator with only singleton objects, right? That is the whole sole idea. So here it might result in a different manner, which is not expected. So A to 256, B to 256. Again, these are the two different variables. So in memory allocation wise, they should be referring to the different memory addresses. So it should return false, but that is not the case. So that's where we are saying this is the famous small int gotcha. So you have to refrain from using identity operator in case of uh, any integer strings. Better to use with the key with singleton objects, none, true, false kind of situations, right? So but when we are I mean entering into the int range, right? So from 256 I'm just incremented with 1, now it become 257, y is also 257. Here I'm checking, so here it's returning the correct answer because it will refer to a different address, it will refer to a different address, and with the is identity operator we are going to compare the addresses only, right? So here it will return the false, but just I mean it's work. Some places it will be working, in some of the cases it will not be working. However, I'm telling you where it will not work, where it will work, but it's always advisable use identity operator with the with singleton objects only. Okay, okay, that's the whole idea of this slide creation. Now things are clear. Okay, let's jump to the lab, guys. Yeah, so this beautiful IPython node I have created to make you understand things in practical manner. So I have created two lists, the same content. I'm comparing with the this equal operator. This will compare the value at this address, so it will return true. Okay, so that's fine. Now I'm checking A is B, so it's going to compare the addresses of these two variables in the main memory, so which is not true, so it will return false, right? Then I'm just using the deep copy concept. C and A both are referring to same address, then A will be written as a true, right? That I already explained you theoretically, and practically I'm proving it. Okay, now using the identity, it will help you to get the address of those objects. So A is with some list I have initialized with, B again I initialized with a list object 1 2 3, and then I'm checking the address of A. See, the address of A is coming 60 in last 608. If you compare this, right, it's coming 352. However, all the things are same. No, I think 490 until here all things are same. After that things are different, right? So anyhow, I mean the intuition wise, both of these list variables will occupy different addresses inside the main memory. That's the whole idea I wanted to make it here, right? and prove it here. The one big use checking now, right? So like this is a part of the PEP best practices. How Python is advises we as a we as a Python developer uh, to use this identity operator in case of the none or the integer or string variables. So it always advises if you are if you have any variable with none value, right, better to compare it with identity operator, not to go ahead with this comparison operator, right, equal equal. So that is the correct way of doing, and it will provide the correct result. However, syntactically it is also correct, right? We are comparing the content. Okay, so result content is none, comparing with none, it's holding true only, but this is not the advisable way of comparing or dealing with any singleton object when we are using the identity operator, right? I hope the things are pretty much clear. Then this hack I already explained you for the small int cases, right? And we are going to compare with the is identity operator their addresses, it will hold true. However, in general, these two variables should occupy different addresses in the main memory, but this is what the expected behavior as per the current Python distribution 3.14.6. It might change in the coming version or advanced version of Python, but this is the expected behavior in the current Python distribution Python version. Okay, see, when I have increased the range, right, now it's in the range of int, right, from the small int to int, 257 for both x and y. However, the values are same, but the underline, the memory allocation will be different. So the address, this comparison will become as the false, right? And yeah, this is the value comparison. Value comparisons will be coming as a true only, right? So these values are same only, right? So I hope now you're able to understand the difference between equal operator and the is identity operator. So that's it really, guys, from my side. With that, I'm signing off, but remember, keep learning, keep growing, and keep building together. Thank you.